Systems integration approach. Use the system integration to build a prototype project. In Module 4, we try to test some of the programming approaches parallel with input, process, storage, and output. I assume that you have learned any of this programming in your first year level and second year level, first term and programming 1 and 2, like basics of Java, Python, JavaScript, etc. So what are the things that we tackled in previous lesson? Because we are discussing system integration, let's discuss first a bit of computer instruction and cycles. The more we refresh ourselves in computing, the more we can get netted to this subject. Let's talk about information processing. Further information is considered useful and meaningful only if it has these characteristics. Again, we have timely, accuracy, and completeness. For the timely, we have information should be available when required. A delay in obtaining information renders it useless. Accuracy of information has a significant impact on the decision making. Possibilities of even slightest error should be minimized, and for the completeness of information should be complete. Incomplete information causes incorrect and unintended results. For the main lesson, the very basics of design start first with systematic planning. It involves data gathering. That's where research comes in. How you study and observe the behavior of your surroundings. Writing a program, directly coding a program, is great. But to fit that program to industrial engineering or any field of task, it requires a rigorous plan. When you write your first program, the professor will teach you the discipline or background in computing. The most common example is to write your code that will greet you. What is that? The hello world. From that point, you have that utopia, means the state of perfect imagination to execute anything in front of the computer. If you analyze your first program, the hello world, that is amazing. From that point, if you open your perception to that code, there is a system and integration. The system that operates and translates your code into a contextual format. Pag sinabi nating contextual format, it is a readable type of instructions. You're not here to talk about the low-level programming. What is a low-level programming? A low-level programming is a programming language that provides little or no obstruction from a computer instruction set architecture. Commands or functions in the language map closely to process instruction. Generally, this refers to other machine code or assembly language. Moving on, so this is an example of a low-level programming language. We have a high-level, low, and executable machine code. Kindly review, or you can also screenshot this one. Let's move. System integration is defined in engineering as the process of bringing together the component subsystems into one system. An aggregation of subsystems cooperating so that the system is able to deliver the overarching functionality and ensuring that the subsystem function together as a system and in information into a goal. Like if you created your C++ program with a function to display the current time, it is possible to call another program to reinforce your C++ to display another time. The answer is yes. That's what you call system integration. Parang meron lang or parang meron kang main recipe, tapos sa recipe meron kang sub-recipes. Does Facebook, Pinterest, and Snapchats and other social media platforms are using this approach when building something for their system? I will say yes. It requires further studies to validate and evade the hypothesis. Kasi si hypothesis, educational guess lang yan. It's more on feasibility study to predict and use the forecasting approach to nail down the results. Now, what are the steps or approaches in system integration? Boosting up the productivity and improving the workflow of your company is essential. If your aim is to succeed, a system integrator that is a company or a team of professionals has to make sure that the data flow is seamlessly between all of the components. One of these approach is requirements gathering. What is this? In general, the first step consists of one or more meetings when you share your ideas and requirements with a system integrator. Note, there is no such as a standard system integration. The second step, we have analysis. After your expectation and specifications of your future software are listed down, business analysis conduct a thorough analysis in order to determine operational feasibility. Why is it important? What you want is not always what you actually need. Listen carefully to the company you have chosen their advice. The third step in system integration approach, architecture design. Thanks for the analysis. A system integrator is ready to perform the process of putting your subsystems together. However, before they start, they need to build a strong foundation in order to eliminate all of the risk. Why is it important? A systems integrator aims to provide you with a solution which will boost your productivity and improve your workflow. But their main objective is to ensure seamless data connectivity between all over the components. The next step is system integration design. If all of the previous steps have been followed with a close attention to detail, a systems integrator should perform systems integration successfully and easily without losing valuable data. Why is it important? Depending on their number and size, connecting various independent systems into one while ensuring regular data flow may take some time. And next step is the implementation. Once the system is ready, it is verified and tested. If test engineers detect any bugs, it is fixed and the system undergoes operational testing and more time to ensure the product you receive is errorless. Why is it important? After the system are integrated, it is your turn in the process or improving the workflow of your company. Last step is the maintenance. The competitive advantage of having your subsystems integrated by a professional company over buying a new off-the-shelf solution is that a system integrator makes sure your product works flawlessly even after it is released. If you find it hard to use or missing a feature, the components can be modified or added anytime. Why is it important again? As your company evolves, the system can evolve along with it. As you can see, the system integration process is highly challenging. It is best to have the integration performed by a group of specialists, as every phase of putting together components, which all some from different various vendors, requires close attention to details. However, using one system instead of a few transforms the way you work and enable your company to grow. I think you now have the idea of what's going on in the IT world of business. Yes, coding is one of those, plus a good understanding on technical parts of the world. Be happy. Be happy. Okay, so that's it for our main lesson. Let us now proceed to the so just skip the skill building and as well as checking for understanding. Then for the frequently asked question, Can I use any programming languages or language as far as SIA is concerned? The answer is yes. Alright, so that's it for now. Thank you so much for joining us and have a nice day.